If you don't believe in ghosts, if you don't mind dummies, if you think nothing scares you, then think again. Really hard.
Let's take a moment and talk about some Goosebumps. Basically, what we're talking about today is Goosebumps, the recent video game that has been out. And okay, apparently it's been out for like at least 3 to 4 years. Holy crap. So, the Switch is a downer. The Switch game is a freaking downer. Why? Because it's a rehash of the freaking 3DS and they didn't even add newer content. My gosh, you didn't add new content. Now, it gets very, very sad where it's like, Scholastic, what are you doing? It's like, Scholastic, what are you really doing? And it gets to the point of where it's like, my goodness. Do you remember the good old days when Goosebumps was just a little toddler and you had Parachute Press just there, and Parachute Press is like, I'll help you, dear child. And we got like what? Two Goosebumps video games. Two. That's cool. That's awesome. We don't need really more, but they gave us two, and they were pretty damn awesome. And not to mention, just look at the trailers. That was pretty cool. And then Scholastic was like, after they said, okay, we're gonna buy it from you for millions of dollars, and then it took them how many years? 7 years to actually be like, okay, well, let's make Goosebumps Horrorland. One for the DS and one for Nintendo Wii. And it's like, okay. And it completely sucks. I mean, it's just a parlor games. It's just parlor games. It doesn't even expand anything, just parlor games. And yes, I know, even to this day, you can be like, oh, but what about Goosebumps Horror Town? It's like, well, it took them a long while to even have that. I mean, frick, you just allow Canada, and it's kind of crazy. It's like, yeah, even Hasbro is like, Canada gets served first, then everyone else. Same deal. It's like Canada gets to have the freaking test, and then after that, it's like, whoa, 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 how the freak does Canada get to do it? I mean, come on. America is where Goosebumps started. Yes, you guys got to have the TV show and stuff, but Miracles where Goosebumps actually started, and you had to do this crap. Like, really? Anyways, besides just starting to just get angry and rant on people, the thing is that the Goosebumps Switch game could have been so much more. I mean, how exactly is it smart to just port the 3DS? Actually, it's not even on the 3DS. It was on other platforms. So they just made sure that it's on every single platform you can get. And it's like, so let me get it straight. You put it on the Switch, right? And then the movie came out, and sadly, all it this video game does is just prequel the prequel. Yeah, because the sequel has a movie before it. I mean, do I have to actually say this? It's like, yeah, the sequel was the movie before it, and then before that, they actually had this game as the prequel. Now, here's the dumb, stupid idea that actually makes perfect sense. Why the hell didn't you just make another freaking game? It's like, I understand where you're like, oh, but it's easy to just do it. It's very cheap, and we can get some money out of it and stuff. And it's like, well, that's good for you, but why couldn't you? I mean, the movie's a freaking damn flop. The movie was horrible. I mean, the movie was kind of okay, but still, the thing is, it's just that you promised us one thing, and then you degraded it into something that lots of people said, "What the frick is this crap?" And what's even crazy is that if you look and try to buy it, does it say Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween or Goosebumps Horror and Haunted Halloween? No, it just says Goosebumps 2. Just to fool people to be like, yeah, so it's not exactly the same movie you think it is, but actually it is. But we had to drop it because you might buy it. You might buy it even more because you kind of have to do like a double or triple take, being like, "Well, is that the same movie? Is that the same movie? Is this a movie? I'm not sure, but I gotta get it anyways because, well, frig it. I mean, it doesn't say Haunted Halloween, so it's like, yeah, it's just trying to do a freaking parlor trick, which is like, dude. So what they could have done is just make a brand new freaking damn video game. Most likely it would just be on a Switch. On the other hand, it's like, well, think about it. If you made another video game and releasing on all the consoles besides the Switch, you'll get even more money. And plus, you don't have to say it's $30. You could actually go crazy and say 50, and you can have a movie ticket in there or two movie tickets since since you know. So how would it go? If it's like, let's just go like a little explanation of how would it go. Well, they can go two ways. One, they can pick something that actually is like interesting of why the hell R.L. Stein is in the freaking cabin. I mean, you can just tell the story of how he went from that place to a cabin. He abandoned I think Madison. He abandoned Madison and went into hiding. You could actually tell that story. Or B, you could tell the story of where he said in the movie he'd done this more than once. Tell us the second story. The fact that he has to go back to the original city. Yeah, the original freaking city that was in the first game, and actually have to put an end to Mr. Wood because Mr. Wood actually is there. Yes. So it actually makes you have to play the first game again because you're like, whoa, 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 Mr. Wood? It's like, what the frick? And it's like, yeah, double, maybe even double the dummies on this one. Maybe you have double the freaking chaos this time because Mr. Wood and Slappy are working together. Or Mr. Wood is working together and then he decided to use Slappy as a diversion because, well, that would just be something interesting. And you just have to go back to that place, and then there's different monsters than before. Yeah, I know they have to do their homework. Oh, you have to do your homework? Is that so sad? It's like they already did some of their homework. It's like you just got to do more of your homework to actually have more of the monsters in there. I think technically the Scarecrow Walk at Midnight, you don't even have that one, so that could be in the game. Sure, why not? Let's see what other one that you can have in the game. Well, the haunted car wasn't in the game. You could put that in there. It's like you could put things that was in the previous one, even though, wait, you gotta kind of step back and say, wait, but how would that work? But of course, then they could actually get to the idea of what was the Invisible Boy doing this whole entire time? He was abandoned in that freaking road and then he came back later. So, pretty sure they could actually incorporate the Invisible Boy's disappearance to actually be like a nice little throwaway line for Mr. Wood saying, yes, and special thanks to the Invisible Boy. He actually helped me to get the monsters that helped me out here and still stow away some books. It's like freaking easy to do. Freaking easy to do. Can tie it right into the movie. Not too hard. But you guys decided to just port the game. I guess the real messed up part I have to say that's kind of messed up is it should just stay the handheld though. It's like it was put on PlayStation 4, it was put on Xbox One. Why? 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 Okay, why? I'm pretty sure it was on it. If it wasn't, then oh dang it. It's like, oh dang it, that guy actually didn't do his homework. But the thing is just that you could have done it better, or you could have actually just allowed it to be contained. I mean, having it on 3DS was actually a very interesting and cool idea. Having it on other consoles was kind of a bit stupid. Just saying, it's kind of a bit stupid. But okay. Just the final verdict is just that to have it on the Switch, it's cool, I guess, and you can get more people to actually know about it because even the person who I watched was like, "Yeah, this wasn't a good idea. This is not worth $30." And it's like, okay, and he's like, "I didn't even know that it was released 3 years ago." It's like, there you go. That's what's going on here. Is that because Switch is actually a hot ticket? Well, that's why they actually decided to be like that instead of doing what many others do because they decided to do a Nintendo move where it's like, oh, you missed the prequel? Okay, we will put it on the Switch instead of just saying, freak y'all, we made a sequel. If you wanted to play the first one, you should have bought it the freaking time it came out. And you're able to find it, but still, we're just saying this is the sequel. Frick you if you didn't play the first one. And that makes sense. It's like, yeah, just punish the people. It's okay. It's okay to punish the freaking buyers and customers because then they have to struggle to look for it. And that's where you're going to be like, oh, well, can we still make it for the 3DS? Yes, we can still produce that. Okay. And then there you go. Just do that.